what we talking about. It's the daily, yeah, how, Power Monday all up in your area. We here. You think we ain't when we is? You think we won't when we whiz? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting. It's the daily, go get our midsom show. Monday night, baby. You know, Power Monday all up in your area. As a matter of fact, it's Monday day. You know, we still got some daylight outside. You know what I mean? Daylight savings time is in full and total effect, and we are here, and everything is going to be okay. We do it that right way. And today is going to be our day, and that's because I say it's the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show. And tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Em Ism Show, we're talking about what we can reasonably expect from this George Floyd's trial. What we can reasonably expect. You know, they put the trial and the decision in the hands of the jury now, and they're deliberating. So at any time and any day, we could be expecting a verdict, and the verdict is either going to be guilty of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, or second-degree manslaughter. So we're talking about either 40 years in jail, 25 years in jail, or 10 years in jail. Something like that. Well, anyway, you know, as we take a look at this whole situation, the whole George Floyd thing, George Floyd was a black man that was killed after he had been arrested by a team of white officers, in which one of the white officers kneeled down on his neck for 9 minutes and killed the man in the commission of arresting him. And it was in front of many witnesses that pleaded with the police to let the man breathe and take his knee off of his neck, and he refused to do it. So it resulted in the death of George Floyd. Following that, people rioted in the streets. There were many protests, peaceful and violent. There was lots of looting, and looting is stealing, a lot of taking of stuff, you know, and people felt some kind of way about it. It didn't feel like a safe situation. It was the pandemic that was going on at the time, so that exacerbated the situation. So we're dealing with a COVID-19 pandemic in which we were supposed to be social distancing and quarantining. And right in the middle of that, here we are dealing with a situation where there is public unrest in the streets, all kinds of craziness. And, you know, this situation of this murder, this killing, it was a murder, but, you know, I guess legally we can't call it a murder until the trial is handed down. But we can agree that in terms of what murder is, it was that. But it's definitely politically correct to call it a killing. So, you know, I don't think that there are too many people who want to return back to last year. In any way, there weren't too many great things about 2020 that we can draw from, but we did make it through, and we will make it through again. However, how will we make it through? What is 2020 going to look like? I'm sorry. What is 2021 going to look like if this verdict is handed down and it doesn't go the way that people who are interested in seeing a conviction wanted to go? What are we going to do? You know, if you think about yourself personally, how will you feel and what will you do if this trial doesn't result in a conviction? In a way, we're sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place as Black people, because we are so used to police officers and other people in positions of authority being able to get away with killing us. So, and many of them get away with killing us without ever being arrested, and definitely without ever being convicted. And most times they have their colleagues who are following the blue laws, who normally stick up for them, stand up for them, speak up for them, and defend them. And that's a big difference between this particular case, in which the police chief and other police officers are publicly and in court speaking out against Derek Chauvin. And Derek Chauvin. Sorry, Derek Chauvin is it is Chauvin, is it? What's up? What's up, my big sis Robbie Robin Ming is always here to do her thing. I'm glad you came through. Do you know that you're a queen for a king? Yes. Yes, mama. Good to see me some you. So when we think about this trial, when we really start to dissect it, when we pick it apart, you know, as Black people, we're not used to justice. We're just not. Most of the police officers who kill unarmed Black people are never even arrested, let alone ever convicted. This has gone farther than it has ever gone before. In the Trayvon Martin case, that we weren't dealing with a police officer, but we were dealing with somebody who acted as a police officer. In the Black woman, Sandra Bland, in the Sandra Bland case, no arrest. No arrest means no convictions. In the Mike Brown case, Tamir Rice, no arrests, no convictions, no nothing, no justice. But there was peace. Now, are we putting ourselves in a situation now where there will be no justice? There will be no peace if there is no justice. I don't know. This is new territory for us, even though it's territory that's ghostly familiar to us if there's no conviction. You know, going back to the Rodney King trial, the Rodney King verdict was not guilty with the police, with the police force. And that sparked off riots. With this with this George Floyd trial, there was civil unrest just because of the fact that he had been killed. And it's not like a lot of people knew George Floyd, but because of the televised way that we were able to see what happened to this man in real time, almost, there was an outpouring of sympathy, an outpouring of affection, and an outpouring of emotion that people held, because we realized that it could be any one of us. If any one of us with skin similar to mine is ever accused or suspected of committing a crime, things can go left really, really fast. And the day when you got up to go to school or work or just to take a walk or go to the store could turn into the last day that you ever spent in this world. So what we're going to talk about tonight is what we can reasonably expect from this George Floyd trial. What can we reasonably expect? This is not an easy one. Let's get it popping. Urban Therapy with Sun 752 with this your daily. The daily go get 'emism show. We do this every single day. Every day it rains. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains and the DG will do the same. I am your host, Sun 752, aka Omar, with the And if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R's. The Daily Go Get a Business Show all up in your area. And we are talking about what we can reasonably expect from the George Floyd trial. The decision is in the hands of the jury right now, and we're really just waiting. Some of us on pins and needles to see what's going to happen, because even those of us who are prepared for the disappointment that will surely come to us, even if he is guilty with the highest charge, we want first degree murder. But he wasn't charged with first degree murder. He was charged with second degree murder. Okay. Well, there has to be a mental element of knowing, of intent in order to prove first degree murder. Okay, so he wasn't eligible, not necessarily for first degree murder. I'm not so sure that he wasn't, because if you knew that you were going to stand on that man's neck when you pulled him out of his vehicle and handcuffed him, if you knew that you were going to subdue him in that way, it sounds to me like that could be premeditated. Nonetheless, the prosecution is only going to charge you with a crime that they think that they can get a conviction on. And that's why they chose second degree murder, second degree murder, third degree murder, and manslaughter. That's funny how when you get a third degree burn, that's the worst burn you can get. But if you get third degree murder, that's the best murder conviction that you could get. I don't get it. I thought that you would think that the higher the degree, the more severe the crime. But it doesn't work that way in the law, evidently. Evidently, it doesn't work that way in the law. It's like, we go by English common law, so I guess it's like driving on the left side. Nobody else in the world does that. But England said, nah, we're going to drive on the left. Everybody else said, no, the right. They're more right-handed people. It makes sense. Okay. What's going on, my brother from another mother, Norris Hill? I said my brother from another mother, Norris Hill. Thanks for coming on through. It's good to see you. I'm glad to see you. I hope you're glad to see me too. And Stacey White holding it down for the D. It's always good to have my eyes on you to see. And Cherry, Dana, Cinderella, Dane. Well, it's the woman day with famous Cinderella, Dane. Well, it's the woman day with fame. So what can we reasonably expect from this George Floyd trial, y'all? What do y'all think? Are y'all into this? Do you even care? Because just like I was saying a few minutes ago, even if there is a conviction, we're not going to get the type of justice that we would really want. You know what I mean? We're not really going to get what we want no matter what in this situation, because what we really probably want is justice before the fact instead of justice after the fact. That man, George Floyd, should still be alive right now. If he was going to die, he should have died of another cause other than having his life stripped away from him because of suspicion of writing or suspicion of trying to use a fake $20 bill. And from what I understand, turns out that the $20 bill wasn't even fake. What? Okay. All right. Well, the case is, this is what can we expect? Will we go back to 21? Listen, over the past weekend, they must have thought that they were going to render the verdict on Saturday or Sunday. It was so many, making sure that they blocked off neighborhood strip mall areas or the Ave areas where the stores are, sneaker stores, drug stores, trying to make sure that those stores didn't get vandalized and looted. So they on it this time. I guess last year they just let them do whatever they wanted to do. I guess this year we can expect a higher level of security, whatever security means. So businesses will be will be protected, but will you and I be protected? You know, when we are not safe with the police, who can we be safe from? We have poverty out there, lack of education, which undeniably leads to violence and it leads to crime. So any one of us could stand a chance at being mugged out there. Any one of us stands a chance of that happening. Stands a chance of that happening. So the people that we're supposed to call in order to protect us from would-be assailants have been to us the assailant themselves. They have been the attacker. I hate to say it, but when I go out in the streets, I don't fear being mugged. I don't fear being robbed. I don't fear being hurt by any of my brothers and sisters. And trust me, I'm not scared to go anywhere. But I feel like I can relate to my brothers and sisters, regardless of their socioeconomic condition. I feel like I could swim with any of those fishes. However, I recognize the danger of getting involved in certain people's affairs when you are uninvited. I recognize how detrimental that can be, you know? So it's a tough situation that we're dealing with when the cops are the ones that people like me fear. Maybe they're people that you fear too. You know, it's not a good situation. It's really not. But I fear the cops more than I fear my brothers and sisters. I know how to talk to my brothers and sisters. I know how to reach them. No, I can't reach all of them. Derek Chauvin. No, I can't reach all of them, but I've been able to reach enough of them in enough ways to whereas I can feel safe. What's going on, Carol Chamber? Let me Carol Chamber. Let me Carol Chamber. Let me Favarita. It's good to see me. Some you. Cherry says, I don't believe in the justice system. I will be really surprised if we're meaning George. Oh, if we are meaning George Floyd gets justice. Yeah, I don't know. I had a talk with my dad on Saturday. He had an interesting take on it. He was saying, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like his take on it, but he said, really, he has to get off. He can't be convicted because other people, other candidates who want to be police officers one day will see that, and it may discourage them from becoming police officers because they will realize that nobody has their back. And I'm like, I don't know about that one, Daddy. I said, from what I know, anybody who ever wanted to become a cop could not be talked out of becoming a cop. That's not one of those jobs that you do if you don't have nothing else to do. Like, you know what? I've been working in customer service all my life, but you know, I'm thinking like maybe I just go ahead and join the academy. And nah, people who want to become cops are the only ones who become cops. And ain't nothing going to stop a person, I don't think, who wants to become a cop. If that's really what you want to do, you're going to do it. So, but he felt like, I think that was his way of saying that you need to prepare yourself for this not guilty verdict, because they have a club and a system over there that they're not trying to shake up, destroy, hurt. I'm gonna tell you like this though, and this is my saving grace. This is my saving grace. My dad said last year, Omar, you really need to prepare yourself for another 4 years of Donald Trump. And I was like, I'm prepared for whatever, but I don't think he's going to win. Not this time. I just have a funny feeling that it's a wrap. And I won. I was right this time and he was wrong. Thank God. And I hope that he's wrong again this time. You know, you have to understand that my dad is 84 years old. That ain't no joke. So he remembers the whole Jim Crow. And I guess growing up down south and being so used to, you know, the status quo and the segregation and then ain't nobody going to do nothing about this situation. That type of feeling, I guess he figures, even if it ain't that way outright, when you go in that courtroom, that ain't for us. And he's right about that. The courts ain't for us. But we have to understand the reason that the courts are not for us. The courts are not for us because the lawyers are not for us. Those lawyers know what to say to judges and juries and other people in the legal system. They know what to say to them in order to win verdicts. They know. But they don't do it for us. And that's even people who have this type of skin, darker and lighter. They're not working for us. You know, I watched this clown, and y'all might not look at him as a clown, but this fucking Crump dude, he's the lawyer for all of these high profile murders of unarmed black men and women. Has he ever won one? Why they keep getting this dude? He ain't no Johnny Cochran. Has he ever won? Hold on. What's his first name? Has Crump ever gotten a conviction for any of Has Crump ever won a conviction for any of the cases that he has been a lawyer for? Benjamin Crump? Okay.
Here's what I found.
Has Benjamin Crump ever won a conviction for any of the cases that he has been a lawyer for?
According to the Sun.com, civil rights attorney Ben Crump has experience in law for over 25 years and has won more than 200 cases relating to police brutality.
He's won 200 cases. Any of them high profile? Any of them? I mean, I don't remember him winning shit. Fuck out of here. This dude is only 1 year older than me. Born October 10th. And where's he from? What kind of accent does he have? Where's this motherfucker from? Hold on. Florida? Oh, Lumberton, North Carolina. Okay. All right. Yeah, because he was the lawyer for Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown. How'd that go? Not guilty. That's how that went. Not guilty. And he sucked on that Trayvon Martin case. What a prosecution sucked. I mean, sucked ass. Sucre JTX. Sucre Jetois. All right, y'all. Listen, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Get It Business Show. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omad with the R, and we are talking about what we can reasonably expect from this George Floyd trial. I mean, last year we were in the middle of a pandemic. We were supposed to be social distancing. We were supposed to be quarantining, and here we were, some of us out there in the streets protesting, looting, throwing shit, tearing shit up, burning shit down. You know, I ain't gonna say we was acting like a fool because there was civil unrest justifiably. But can we reasonably expect that this year? Will we turn the page on last year, or will we revisit last year almost to the date? What's it going to be? What are we going to do? What are we going to see? They got businesses already boarded up in my city. I saw them today. I'm like, damn, Family Dollars boarded up. Rite Aids boarded up. Wawa's. If for those of y'all who don't know what a Wawa is, it's like a convenience store, sort of like a specialty, premium convenience store. They have gas stations and stuff, and they make really good sandwiches and other little food and whatever. People think it's the best thing since sliced bread or whatever. And they have like their own milk, their own dairy. Have their own orange juice, which is actually pretty good. But yeah, businesses are preparing themselves. Cops are out in force, guarding shit, making sure that they don't tear up the economy again. They don't care about protecting you and I, but they want to make sure that that nobody fucks up the money again. The money. Be quiet. Don't be still. Don't nothing move but the money. And welcome to the show, Sunny Side Thoughts. Thanks for coming through. I appreciate it. Sunny Side Thoughts. Nice name. And I saw somebody else new. I saw somebody. Dan L. He says, will a verdict be read tonight? I don't know. Dan. I don't know. There's a possibility that there will be a verdict tonight. There's a possibility that there won't. So Crazy Jotois says, some never took the boards down. Damn. Yeah. Some never took the boards down. I know that shit look crazy too. But yeah, none of us want to go through that this year. And I'm wondering, even the looters, like, y'all want to do this shit again? Because many of y'all got locked up for it last year. Not at the scene. Not on the scene. Y'all definitely got y'all shit off. But they went and found a lot of y'all and got y'all later on. Y'all want to go through that again? Or are some of y'all still locked up? Like, what's really good? Will it be worth it? Will it be worth it? Because if we didn't learn, if the courts and the justice system didn't learn the lessons last year of how civil unrest can spiral out of control almost internationally, but absolutely nationally, if we haven't seen how the murdering of unarmed Black men and women, rest in peace, Breonna Taylor, rest in peace, George Floyd, rest in peace, that other kid who got murdered in Minnesota last week. I mean, Minnesota on fire right now. But if the courts and the justice system has not seen the benefit of making the justice system actually have justice, why should we expect anything differently this time? We don't have, as Black people, we don't have a history of getting justice. We just don't. If anything, we have a history of having justice taken away from us, having justice diverted away from us. We haven't even been taught what justice is. We think it means fair. So what can we reasonably expect? I mean, in comments, man, let me know. Seriously, be honest. Be honest with yourself and be honest with everybody else. What do you really expect for the verdict to be? Let's start off with that. What do y'all expect? Do y'all expect a conviction? Do y'all expect a guilty verdict or a non-guilty verdict? That one should be easy enough. Be real with it. Be real. If you don't expect a guilty verdict, just say so. I'm on the fence. I think it could go either way. It's definitely going to go one way or another. I don't think there's going to be like a hung jury. You know, they was talking about that too. It could be a hung jury. This is not a case where there's any type of lack of evidence. The whole world saw this shit already. Everybody saw it already. How did they even find jurors who claimed they didn't see it? Who? Where? From where? Who in Minnesota didn't know about this? Listen, man. Even if they move the trial to another jurisdiction, where you going to go if nobody knows? I don't think there are too many places where you can go when people didn't see it. Carol Chamberlain says they say he sues for monetary, not murder. Okay, well then, yeah, of course he went. Yeah, the George Floyd family already got their money, $27 million. Okay, what they do? Okay, now they're rich off of the blood and absence of their loved one. I don't know about y'all, but 27 million wouldn't be good enough for me to even sell one of y'all. I'd be goddamn if that's going to compensate me or calm me down if somebody murders somebody in my family. No. Shoot, 27 million. I would pay that to get my man's back. Of course, he would have to be healthy. You know, when you get really sick and but you know what I mean. This shit is serious. Narcil says courthouses boarded up. Yeah, but on January 6th of this year, when they stormed the Capitol and shit, they ain't board the Capitol up, did they? They ain't board that motherfucker. You know what I mean? Emily Dunlap in the house of Senate. Emily. How you feeling, my good? To see me some you. Let me see. Sucre Jutois says, okay. I expect him to either get off with lesser charges, if anything. All right. So the least charge that they can charge him with is manslaughter, which he would get 10 years for. Whoop the motherfucking do. But I ain't gonna lie, I would take it. I would take it. I would take the 10 years. Because it beats a goose, it will beat the historical goose egg that we have received year after year, era after era, decade after decade. I would take it. There's no such thing as winning a little Super Bowl. There's no baby World Series. It either is or it ain't. I'll take it. I will take it all day. All day. Carol Chamberlain says, not guilty, but I hope I'm proven wrong. So you expect there to be a not guilty verdict. I'll tell you something, and I spoke about this a few minutes ago. They prosecuted this one right. They did it right. I'll give it to them. If the prosecution don't get what they want, it ain't because they went up there and pancaked it. They didn't lay an egg like they did in the Trayvon Martin case. I was looking at the Trayvon Martin trial. I was like, oh my God. I could beat this case. Damn. That was sad. Sad as in sorry. That was the most sorriest prosecution I've ever witnessed. No good. Let me see. What else? Marshall says it won't be a hung jury. 8 of the 14 jurors are white. And that's not necessarily to say that all white people are going to vote the same way. It's not always like that. TK Wright says either way they're going to ignore what was done, or they will convict. If they convict, that doesn't mean the sentencing will be what everyone wants. Yeah, because you have this little thing that says up to this many years. The maximum, they always want to blurt out the maximum sentence. Ain't nobody get no maximum sentence. You know what I mean? Unless it was me and you on that stand and we act like a dickhead. Shout out to AR Ab. Yeah, maximum sentences. Hard to beat a conspiracy charge. All right. Trey Oop. Peace, Trey Oop. Thanks for coming on through. Appreciate it. Robbie Mink says that's what I believe he's going. That's what I believe he's going to get off. Carol says I just want him to be held accountable for in some way, not just walk off into the sunset and live his life. Well, if he's not guilty, that's what's going to happen. Carol Seaman says they certainly did, Omar. They did their job well. They did. I didn't watch this. I can't saturate myself and watch a court trial, but what I did, the parts that I did sit in on, I was like, not bad. At least they cross-examined like they gave a shit. And you know how everybody thinks that being a lawyer is just all about arguing and debating? Because, when they tried to say that George Floyd may have died because of carbon monoxide poisoning coming from the squad car that he was close to, while the officer was kneeling on his, he was doing his greatest Colin Kaepernick impression on George Floyd's neck. You know what I mean? He was kneeling. He was taking a knee on some Colin Kaepernick shit on George Floyd's neck with his hands in his pocket. Both hands in his pockets. So they're saying that he had carbon monoxide poisoning. That coupled with with the drugs that were in his system. Yeah, he's just suffocated. Carbon monoxide poisoning. I was like, well, how come nobody else died? Shouldn't Derek Chauvin, shouldn't he have died too? Both of them should have been like, he should have had his knee on his neck like. ENT should have picked both of them up. 2 for 1, Omar. Okay. But this is, I don't know. This is not a good look. This is not a good look, y'all. But this is what we working with. Okay. Carol says, nobody but us. TK Wright says, that judge can override the jury. Don't forget that shit. Yeah. The judge can override the jury if he has just cause to believe that the jury did not deliberate properly, either because they were misinstructed about how to deliberate, or how to call for a conviction or an acquittal. That's the only way a judge can step in. If there's some type of malpractice, if there's some kind of foul play going on, like if someone on the jury is found to have had some type of connection to either the plaintiff or the defendant, yeah, he can override that. And they may even have to throw that case out. Carol says the prosecutor said, "Oh, hell no." Yeah, they was like, yeah. But I wanted, like I said, I wanted them to ask him that, like, well, how come Derek Chauvin didn't die? It was the same carbon monoxide, wasn't it? He should have at least got a little lightheaded. You know, he should have been kneeling on his neck and being like, but no. Welcome everybody to the Daily Go Get 'Emism Show. I'm your host, Sun752, and we are talking about what we can reasonably expect from the George Floyd trial, now being deliberated by a jury of his peers. Derek Chauvin on trial for second-degree murder, third-degree murder, or manslaughter. If he gets convicted of anything, it's probably going to be manslaughter. I doubt if he's going to get the second-degree murder one. That's a tall order. Carol says the forensic evidence showed that not to be true. Yeah. We ain't even need forensic evidence. All we had to do was have a brain. If I only had a brain. Robbie Ming says they need to make an example of him, so the other cops who are killing our people would know what's going on, what's going to happen to them. Slow down, Rob. Slow down. I don't even think they going for that. She also says, Carol, they are going to ignore all that, I believe, because he's a cop and he's white. Ooh. Yeah, Carol, I see you calling, but you ain't pressed number 1, so, you know what I mean? Yeah, it means nothing. I mean, you say you're calling. Oh, I see. You press number 1 now, you know. Yeah. Well, it seems like as though we have a call on the line. And if any of you would like to call in, give your 2 cents, give an opinion, make a comment, tell a story, be a professional witness, I invite you to call in. The number to call is area code 319-527-6199. Once again, the number to call is area code 319-527-6199. When you call in, you need to press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. The reason that you have to press number 1 in order to speak is because you can listen to the show. If you call in, you can just listen to the show. All right. So caller, I don't know who this could possibly be. Caller with the last number is 8658. Welcome to the Daily Go Get 'Emism Show. How are you this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm feeling like a real man should. Boy, are you a sound for sore ears. Have you ever done any ear modeling work?
No, I haven't. I might look that up though.
I think you should.
Do they pay well?
Sound modeling. Oh man, you'll make millions. You'll be America's top sound model.
Okay.
I can see it now.
Listen, I tried not to watch this because I didn't want to be like over inundated with all of this, you know? So I caught bits and pieces. I have to say, the prosecution in this case, in my opinion, actually I thought they were more prepared. I thought that they had gathered enough forensic evidence. They were quick to not let the defense say things and the judge allow it. I mean, they were quick to defend their point. The forensic evidence was unbelievable because you had one medical examiner who never touched George Floyd's body, and the defense brought him up as a witness, and he aced him up. I mean, that part, I was like, yes. Now, I can't say that it's going to happen. In my heart of hearts, I want it to happen because I said earlier, he needs to be held accountable.
Yeah.
These people have to start being held accountable. Like you said, you give him 10 years. I'll take 10 over him walking free and still being able to maybe get fired from this police force and go to another state and get another job. He's another cop, and he's out here like one of those Rambo cops. He's just going to kill willy-nilly because he got away with it. I mean, I don't feel that Ben Crump did what he should have done. I like the way this prosecutor handled it. I mean, he was calm, he was collected. Crump did a lot of screaming, shouting, you know, and I think he felt that's how he had to get his point across. Or maybe that's just his style. It didn't work for me.
He's a bum.
I felt this. Well, I mean, that's my personal opinion too, because I never liked the guy. I mean, Trayvon Martin just made me want to shoot.
Yeah, that was just, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Because it was horrible. Because I think everybody in America was glued to their TVs. Because this was a kid.
Yeah.
With a bag of Skittles, a hoodie, and an iced tea. Really? And if they played that tape of the scuffle one more time, in Martin's case, I was going to go through a TV. I mean, because I wanted to shake everybody up. What the hell, are you stupid? You can't see this? But in any event, that was my 2 cents. And, you know, I just think it's wrong. I'm so tired of us being the ones that have to roll over and play dead. And the self-destruction in our neighborhoods, don't get me started. Okay? Because we're hurting the business owners, but let's think about who the business owners are. We're not just going after the big corporations that own businesses in our neighborhood. We're screwing the mom and pops that's trying to make a living.
That's true. That's true. Plus, a lot of people, a lot of our
anger.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not getting us anywhere.
Plus, it was a bad situation for people who needed their medication last year. You know,
hey, tell me about it.
It wasn't a good situation. I definitely don't want to see last year this year. You know, I mean, if we could, whatever we could do to put 2020 in our rearview mirror as far back as possible, I would love to see that. But you know, all of our yesterdays build on our todays. So we can't have a good today without going through whatever struggles that we had to endure from yesterday. All right. So with that being said, I don't know. Well, let me just ask you some specific questions. And please answer these the best as you can. You can. All right. Now, Do you consider this case to be a black versus white thing?
That's a double-edged sword for me. I feel it is because the victim was black and the aggressor was a white man.
Okay.
But I also feel that it's just not about race. I also feel, and I know you probably gonna laugh, but yeah, I'm gonna say it. All cops ain't right. They're not. I think that any of them that wear a badge and carry a gun, like that crazy Lynch, that how the taser. You've been training police officers for 26 years. You don't know the effing difference between a taser and a revolver. I had an argument with my husband about that. Not really an argument, you know. And he said, "Oh, I still think this." I said, "Stop thinking like a cop. Stop thinking like a cop. Think like a human." He said, "Well, baby, I could see it happening." No, the hell you can't. You can't make me believe that. Now, I didn't call a divorce lawyer or no shit like that, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's. I guess when you believe in the police, or if you've ever been a police officer, I guess you know of you have some insider information about the good that cops have in them. It just doesn't show to the average citizen on the street because they're only responding to calls of negativity, you know, in our neighborhoods, and they're dealing with us, and many of them are dealing with us in an aggressive manner, and so it makes even some of us who have perpetrated crimes feel like victims, because it's like, you know, the punishment should fit the crime. I'm like, yo, you shouldn't be out there dying over no fake $20 bill. That's nothing to die for, especially if you don't resist arrest or pose a danger.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this. You know, we're not out here. Well, we have done it. I've seen it happen in North Philly in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s. You know, that's robbing the damn postman for checks. But the postman didn't retaliate. You know, and me, and I mean, my husband did this for years. But I don't know why he made the statement he made. I kind of understand, in a sense, you know, the blue code. What the hell with the blue code? This is reality.
Yeah.
And I had to say to him, how would you feel if that was your loved one? How would you feel if it was me outside? I have gone to the bank, gotten money, and I think everybody has. At some point in your life, you are bound to get a counterfeit bill, and you'll get it from the damn bank or ATM machine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does that make it wrong? Because maybe he didn't know if it was a counterfeit bill. And that young man in that store that took that bill, and he said he didn't even know that it was counterfeit. He just said it looked funny. Do you remember when they changed the way that the bills were made?
Yeah.
They all look fake to me.
Yeah, straight monopoly money. That's how it looked.
Exactly. It did. And I was afraid to use cash because I was like, well, hell, they might think I'm trying to pass counterfeit money. I say that to say all cops aren't bad, but they need to do something about the ones that are. Stop pacifying them. There was a case a couple of years ago where this young white cop killed a black person. I can't remember exactly the case, but this son of a bitch got his job back. He was fired and got his job back. The person that he shot is still dead.
He's still dead?
Are you protecting?
Yeah.
You know, are you protecting the victim? Or are you protecting the aggressor's job and pension? It's all about money.
Yeah, it is all about money at the end of the day. When you start talking about politics, when you start talking about anything political, outside of just regular Democrat, Republican, or independent. What I mean by politics and the money being that somebody is going to get paid from somewhere. For this trial to go on, these lawyers have to be paid. Court reporters have to be paid. Judges have to be paid. The security at the door. Everybody gets a check, and that's why lawyers hate to go to trial. You lose a lot of money going to trial.
Exactly.
It compromises the bag.
It's a big compromise for them.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I think I don't know. I just have a funny feeling that he's going to get convicted of the lesser charge of manslaughter, and then I think that they'll probably
and that's probably what's going to happen. I honestly feel that.
Yeah.
If he is convicted, it will not be, first murdering the first or anything of that nature.
Yeah, it ain't going to
happen. The least charge that they can legally give him without letting him walk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I don't think that they're going to just straight let him walk. I do think that he'll get the lesser charge, and then he'll probably only get like a few years. But like I said, I'll take it. It's a start.
I'll take 10 years for the win, Alex, okay?
Well, remember, it's up to 10 years. It's up to 10 years.
That's what I was going to say.
He fuck around, get convicted today, and be back home next year.
I don't want you to get off in 3 to 5.
Yeah.
I don't want you to send it to 10, and you only do 3 of those 10 or 5 of those 10.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear up to. I want to hear that you are hereby sentenced to 10 to 25 or whatever it is. And if you're going to do the minimum, if it's 10 to 25, I want you to do the whole damn 10 and see how much of a tough guy you are. When I watched this video again and again and again, each time I watched it, I saw something different. The last time I watched it, I couldn't believe that I didn't notice that this man had all his weight on this man's neck.
Yeah.
Because when I saw it from a different angle, I realized this son of a bitch had both hands in his pocket, like la-di-da, la-di-da.
Both hands.
So that's telling you.
Talking about he was scared.
Both hands in your pocket. How are you afraid?
Mm.
They made the victim the aggressor and the aggressor the victim. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I don't think there's too many ways around that. They definitely made the victim the aggressor. Like, yeah,
exactly.
Here he was handcuffed behind his back, subdued by multiple officers, with one particular officer with a knee on his neck. How much does Derek Chauvin weigh?
They never said that I know
of. Okay. That must mean 200 pounds. But
yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the guy and you look at his build, he seemed to be in pretty good shape. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, I could give him 200 pounds easily because of the way he could have carried that weight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I just want them to make an example of him because he cried out for his mother. His last words were mama. And then they killed this young man right 12 blocks from where the trial of George Floyd is happening.
Minneapolis is on fire.
on fire. And this young man, the last call he made was to his mother.
Mm-hmm.
I have a black son.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to tell you seriously. If they did it to my son, they may as well just shoot me, because I'm going for anybody and everybody in a blue uniform. I don't give a damn. Because you have to. Why aren't they teaching them more restraint? You know, if the first one that got away with it, that just opened the gates, opened up the floodgates, because now all these cops that want to do this crazy shit do it because they feel like they're not going to be held accountable.
Mm-hmm. And so often they're not held accountable.
Often, when's they ever been?
Right. Good question.
I mean, let's not sugarcoat it.
It doesn't work that way.
Somebody in the chat says that Chauvin is 5'9" and 140. He don't look like no 140 to me, okay?
5'9" and 140. You know how thin he would be? I don't know.
Exactly. Hell, I'm not 5'9" and I don't weigh 140. Okay?
I understand.
He knew what he was doing. The man is telling you, please don't put me in there. I'm claustrophobic. You know, I think what helped this case was the 9/11 operator, the EMS person,
mm-hmm.
And God knows those pathologists laid it out straight with no chaser.
Yeah,
they went boom, boom, boom. So
yeah.
if he walks with this, they need to hang the friggin' judge. You know, because last week, if you remember, it was almost a mistrial.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to declare a mistrial. The only thing saved it was the judge. And it was all because of the statement that was made. Like today, closing argument. Guy says, you're hearing this story right away. You can't use the word story. So me with my smart ass mouth would have said, okay, well, this damn lie. Okay? This is a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a, you know, you have people out here who understand a little bit of how the law works. And then there are a large segment of people out here who thinks that the law and morality have something to do with each other, and they really don't. You know, when we understand, when we understand the monetary component of what the law symbolizes and what it and how it fits into the capitalist system that we're under, we understand that, I guess you could say laws are meant to be broken because nobody gets paid when they're followed, you know? So you kind of have to have that balance of infractions and of broken laws and violations in order for the system to work correctly. But we are getting a chance to see what happens. We get to see what almost all criminals see in court. But when they are on the defendant side, and you can see the imbalance of justice, you know, when one gets railroaded into taking a sentence. Well, look, we're gonna give you this deal. You don't take the deal? Nah, I ain't taking the deal. I'm going to court. Okay. You go to trial and get your ass handed to you. Well, I'm coming down on appeal.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. You know, I know that there's a lot of talk about Blacks not wanting to vote. And people tend to think, okay, well, I'm going to vote and my vote is going to count. But we as Blacks need to understand the politics of this.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't go vote for a president and a vice president and maybe pick a senator or two. You got to hit them with the judges, the sheriffs, the constables, because they got all of that in every state. They're called something different.
Yep.
And if you're not picking, because judges are elected, you know, the average drug boy on the corner can go to court and he can be arrested and he lives, okay? He goes to court. And I don't care if he had 25 kilos in his car when they caught him.
Yeah.
Okay? He'll get a better break than the damn man that gets killed by the cops.
Yep. Yep.
It's already written what his sentences can be.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's just my opinion. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a judge. I'm not a police person. And just because I'm married to one, don't make me pro-police.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's just not who I am. I am still me. I am still entitled to my opinion.
And we know you're going to give that.
Hey, till the day I close my eyes.
That's right. That's right.
I'm not backing down.
That's right. Stand up for yours. My little ear model. I'm sorry. vocal model. We'll get you some voiceover work.
It's a fact. We got to do better. We're not going to get anything done for us if we don't do for us first. I hate the no snitching mentality, because you know what? If I see them bust out your car window, I'm going to say, yeah, I seen it. Come at me.
Hey, you should. You should. You should. I mean, you bear witness to somebody else's property being torn up and all of that. You don't say nothing. It's going to happen to you.
Exactly.
You know, sooner or later.
With all the cameras that are everywhere in the city of Philadelphia that you don't even know where they are, okay? You really can't get away with shit.
Yeah.
But they do, because if they're coming into a neighborhood and saying, just like all the shootings that's going on in Philadelphia, which I really think is ridiculous, and y'all parents know what your damn kids are doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from an era that if I went to the corner store and got a loaf of bread and came back home with the bread and the change and I didn't have a bag, you know what my father did? You take that back to the store. You don't have a bag, that means you stole it.
Mm.
Okay?
Mm.
You didn't bring anything in my father's house. I don't care if it was a damn can of soda.
Right.
That you couldn't account for. So you mean to tell me in this day and age, because it is, we got younger parents, kids basically raising kids. These kids got everything in their rooms, and they can go in their room and close their door and do whatever they want to do. Let me tell you, you better not close the door. In my daddy's house, the only door you closed was the bathroom. You might be able to push your door up if you change some clothes, because you're a girl and everybody in the house is men. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
You ain't around the door closed. People need to be accountable for their children. They need to make their children accountable for their actions. Now, granted, in the era I came up, a lot of people did a lot of shit wrong.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as rampant as it is now.
Yeah, there is no we all did the right thing era. You know what I'm saying? You take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
But you know, we had what we considered to be a balance. Not only that, but you're used to your own surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Unfamiliar surroundings give you a certain kind of feeling. It doesn't mean that you're afraid to be around new things or new people or new surroundings. But when you know your people, you know them. So somebody else may not be all that safe around the way, but you know that you are, because you know you pretty much know how to navigate the mentality of the people. So you know it'll work for you. But listen, I got to get on the body here. Okay, go ahead. What?
Yeah, in North Philly, where I came up at, I used to be able to say, I knew the animals in my jungle. When I ride down there now, I am paranoid as shit because I don't know these young people that's coming up. I used to ride through there, and I would hear the drug boys and everybody else would be standing on the corner when I ride past. Hey, Mom. I'd be like, blow the horn. Hey, y'all. Be safe out here. Now, I don't even know these zombies walking around down there.
They are not being safe.
My windows is up, doors locked, and I'm speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true indeed. True indeed. It's different out here. It's not just the way they dress. It's different. It's a different feeling out here.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I gotta go. I want to do a couple of things here tonight before I lay down.
Okay.
But thanks for letting me blow off some steam.
No, I appreciate me some you. So I'll have an agent contact you later on in the week, so we can set up a sound shoot. Bet you never been to a sound shoot before. Well, you just stand by. That's right. You just stand by. You know what I mean? You just do your little chatter thing. Just relax. We'll have a script ready for you. Huh?
What's your finder's fee?
Nah. There's no finder's fee. We gonna get paid together. We get all the money. It's gonna be green too.
Okay.
All right. But thanks a lot, though. I appreciate you.
Have a good night.
All right, you too.
All right. Talk to you. Bye-bye.
All right. Great caller, great insight as usual. Appreciate it this much. That's what's up. All right, y'all, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious April 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them, making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Tay Simpson. Happy birthday to you, Tay. Go get a Tay. Do the damn thing. And also Tyria Johnson turning 31 years old today, and Teresa King. Happy birthday to you. And Lisa Barnes and Kadi Davis turning 33 years old today. And my girl, go get her. Going all the way back to the 1994, Rochelle, the Notary Bentley. Happy birthday to you. And also Sheldon X Moore turning 51 years old today. And Virginia Ayala Garcia turning 58 years old today. And Michelle Everett Bay, happy birthday. Yay. My girl going all the way back to the 1985. Asisa Ahmed turning 50 years old today. I said 50 years old today. And Anita Patterson, turning 50 years old today. They 1971 babies. They do the damn thing. Yeah, they the ladies. And she's raising money for Families for Depression Awareness Incorporated. Word up. My man going all the way back to the 1982 7th grade. Jeffrey Cardwell, happy birthday to you. Jeff used to try to bully me back in the day. But we still cool. We cool though. And last but not least, from Milwaukee, Milltown, Wisconsin, Cora Lynn, Miss Purebreed. Happy birthday to you, ma. I want to say happy birthday to all of you and anyone else out there who shares this birthday on this glorious April 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up, but don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on it, do the damn, the rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, listen. Yo, man, I don't know what these hoes are gonna convict to. All I know is that they better get their shit together. Cause I ain't trying to have these stores closed no long ass time. And you ain't getting no paper towels and toilet paper. You know what I mean? Not even a candy bar, Stephanie bar, Hershey's and all that type of shit. I thought we get to see forever, but forever has gone away. It's so hard to find a store that's open if they riot today. Yo, man, I just said on some real shit. I appreciate y'all coming through and talking about this tonight. Because a lot of times I shy away from doing shows like this because I be thinking like, don't nobody want to talk about this shit. You see this shit in the news. It's like the world is saturated with it. But sometimes we can talk about it in ways that can't be talked about on news programs and things like that because we can't be as candid and say how we really feel and what we really think. So, we provide this platform so at least we can get our shit off. You know what I'm saying? And I want to tell y'all how much I appreciate y'all supporting each other, just respecting each other's viewpoints, and that's a good look. All right, but we will be back tomorrow night. We will be back tomorrow night tomorrow night for Pretty Petty Tuesday. It's going to be all right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. And I tell you, on this Power Monday, and feel good. If I feel back, it's because of Sunday. That's one day down. One day down. Yes. Sexy Choc said, stick to what you do best. That doesn't pay. All right. So I said so. All right, y'all. Let me get Blog Talk on out of here. I holla back, holla back.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And for my Instagrammers, thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate it. My holla back at y'all. See y'all tomorrow night. Come through. You know how we do. Peace. And for my YouTubers, y'all know what it is. Make sure y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure that y'all, hit that like button. Peace, y'all. Have a good night. Be safe.